Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining Candid Meena every evening to follow what's happening in India and abroad. Thank you for sending me your useful comments and suggestions. If you believe in this channel, do hit the like button, share with friends, and spread the message. Our only mission is to bring you the truth and both sides of the story. Thank you for your support. Uh, uh, we would also like to tell you, viewers, that we have no patrons, we have no sponsors. So, whatever we tell you is what is actually happening. So, there are no vested interests to this channel. And you can rest assured that what is happening is actually happening. And this is, not fake news. So, thank you for basing your trust on us and grow and allowing the channel to grow in such a large number. And Jaydev and I would like to thank you, especially for all the support that you've given us, because it takes a lot of work to find out, what is going on behind the scenes. For most of the time, the news only covers what they want to show. So it's thanks to you that we are also learning and growing with you. Welcome, Jaydev.
Yeah, good evening to all the viewers once again. And like Meena already said, that it's thanks to each and every viewer of Candid Meena who's actively participating in our live sessions as well as commenting. When the video is already uploaded offline, and also due to your valuable feedback, your comments, and everything motivates us to bring do more research and bring out videos every day. So yeah, let's get to the your cartoon for today, Toon Tales.
Yeah. So here is the latest what's happening in Maharashtra. So you have suddenly you have Akshay Kumar on stage in the Mumbai stage, and you can also guess who the politician is. Just recently, who's taken an oath, and also you have people shouting "Boycott Bollywood," and the audience seems quite shocked. So it's all happening. See, when what happens is when you take the oath to become either the chief minister or the assistant chief minister, the vice chief minister, is that you promise to serve the country or the state with full, vigor and sincerity, to root out corruption, you know, and to remove all sorts of vices and help the public, live a peaceful life. Now, was this not the oath that was taken in Maharashtra? Then how come, you know, the very cabal that SSR had fought are being given prominence? And for what? Is there any vested interest in it? So these are some things that we'll be talking about in this special session. Yes, back to you, Jen.
Yeah, so coming to the first piece of news is with regards to Jacqueline Fernandez. And Jacqueline Fernandez, as you know, she, with regards to Sukesh Chandrasekhar, and she was received luxury gifts from Sukesh Chandrasekhar and named as an accused in the extortion case against the conman. And now, on 17th August 2022, the ED included Bollywood actress Jacqueline Fernandez as an accused in the 200 crore extortion case against Sukesh Chandrasekhar. And Jacqueline Fernandez was added as an accused by the ED in a supplementary charge sheet filed in a Delhi court. Earlier, the ED had summoned Jacqueline multiple times in connection with the money laundering investigation to record her statements in the case. So this is a very big development, friends, that
Absolutely. Yeah,
the
yeah,
ED has named Jacqueline Fernandez as an accused in the
yeah.
200 crore extortion case against
Yeah.
Sukesh.
So here I would like to say specifically, Jaydev, that when this happened, when all this, how all this started. Uh, People don't know how it started. Okay, there was a news somewhere in some small corner saying that, see, Jacqueline had found a new boyfriend, a very rich boyfriend, a billionaire who she was going to get married to, and she was going to buy a very expensive, so many crores bungalow in in a posh area of Mumbai. Now, so many of us wrote to the ED asking that, see, how come? From where is she getting the money, especially in COVID when she had no movies in hand? And we would like this to be checked out. Promptly after that, we found, around a month or so later, news started trickling in that there is a guy called Sukesh Chandrasekhar, and he is operating from jail. Okay, and the jail has given him so many facilities that he can use any number of phones. He can talk to anybody. He can, fly out in a private jet, because that's what he told Jacqueline. He told Jacqueline, "You catch a private jet and come and meet me, and we will spend a few days in the hotel." And which are the photos that followed, and which actually shocked Jacqueline and her cabal. When I say Jacqueline and her cabal, you know very clearly who we are talking about. Now, this woman did not think that she would be, discovered in this manner, because she thought she had the protection. But now here, the scenario in India is changing. People are getting caught. So this is not the same government which was under Sonia Gandhi. It's changing. And then what happened was that people started finding out that what are the kind of gifts that she started getting. So which means she has her parents and she has got a brother and sister. So very expensive gifts like cars were being given to her relatives by Sukesh. Now, who on earth would give your brother, your sister, your mother, your father cars? Unless there is something tied to it. Now, and then what happened was she tried to turn the tables around and say that Sukesh was the culprit, when actually it was the other way around. Somebody was busy trying to launder money. It's the same thing if you would look at the what you call the contractual, so-called, or you can say alleged contractual weddings that these people have, where very expensive gifts are given, and then these are resold, to get your white money out. So they'll be given villas in Maldives, Mercedes Benzes, Lamborghinis, which don't then go to the couple. It is resold. So what happens is the black money is converted into white. So similarly, in this case, the culprit is a woman. The man anyway is a con man. Okay, who's used to it. But bigger than him came another con woman. So that's what's happening in this case, Jerry.
Yeah, so there are a lot of questions with regards to this lady,
Yeah.
and she has had a lot of relationships with rich people. She had a relationship with a rich Arab, and then she also, like in an interview with one of the YouTube channels, she said that she came up the hard way, and we all know that she is a very good friend of Bai also. And so I do feel that Sukesh Chandrasekhar has someone very powerful, behind him, backing him, and which is not in the picture. And so he's only a pawn, as far as I see it,
Yes, yes.
right?
So Meera says it
So
very well. Jacqueline is quite a khiladi herself. One side Sallu, the other side Sukesh.
yes,
Urvashi Rathore, yes. So these are all the people we have been seeing. Has anyone seen? Yes, we will move to this later. So let's just take some of the other comments here.
comments. Hi Zoya, thanks Moonshine. Yes, Leela, and
Bollywood mafia killed our loved Sushant, and we'll never get over it. And now we'll kill them back with boycotting their gangs of stupid movies. Welcome,
hi
Priya.
Priya.
I can't spend a single day without watching this
Thanks.
channel. Even if I miss this live session, I make sure I listen to the session before I sleep and like the video. First of all, Moonshine, it makes us very happy to hear your words. And also remember, whatever you write, with regards to the channel, makes us not only more motivated, but also makes us work harder. So thank you for your lovely words and our love to you. Gloria. Yes, DF. Shocking, yes. Namaste, Metal.
Hi.
Welcome, Sri Ganesh. Welcome, Suvarna. Welcome, Newbie. You give me a very positive vibe, Binaji. and I miss home less. A big thanks to you for that. And then your genuine news, your honest feedback, and always supporting the truth. Tops it all, you both. So, yeah, here, let me just tell you that, see, it's not a very easy thing to do because we receive a lot of other sort of hate mail also. And I get a lot of responses on my social media, but we just ignore it because that's not our agenda. Our agenda is very clear, and the mission is truth and to fight for our country and for our people. So this continues, and the fact that, see, we have people like you backing us makes us more strong. And your mom and I love the tweet that your Mexican friend also tweeted. Please tell him that he also motivates us, in his own way, because I'm surprised that people from other nationalities are also watching our channel. So it's very encouraging indeed. Kishore, welcome,
Hi.
Kishore. Welcome, Veena. Welcome,
Hi.
Culinary Habit. Yes,
Yeah.
it's very important. Jacqueline was supposed to buy a 175 crore bungalow. From where did she get that money?
Hi,
Welcome,
Karthik.
Karthik. And
Hi.
Bibaz. There are a lot of new subscribers, and I'm so happy about that. Yeah, Karthik. Even if you've joined late, we always love to see your comments. I'm so happy today. Karthikeya 2 movie doing very well. Boycott Bollywood.
Yes.
Yes, we'll be speaking about this as well. Hello, Meenaji and Jaydev. Just wanted to know what is the status of Kicha Sudeep's movie. Okay, we'll look at that as well. Vidya, hi man, been missing all your live videos, but listening later. Thank you, Vidya. So sweet
Thank
of
you,
you.
Vidya.
Why are all the jail rules not the same for all? Common man and
Very good
celebrities.
question, Jeevan.
Perhaps, perhaps Pon Kundra will let us know what are the secrets behind the jail in his, 18-day shoot of a film that he's going to bring out when he was jailed. Naveen, Jacqueline is a Sri Lankan and she's in visa mode. She got PR here. Government should kick her out by revoking her PR and visa. Yes. Welcome,
Hi,
Vasanti.
Vasanthi.
Horse and cat. Yes, even a horse. Absolutely, Gloria. They let him out of jail to go gallivanting with the Jacqueline. Yeah. Hit the like button. We are 100 in number. Great going. Thank you, Veena.
Thanks.
Always. And I want to thank
And
all my
friends,
viewers.
I
Yeah.
mean, if you
For
do
being
like
good
our
souls.
content, make sure to hit the like button. Yeah, so we are coming to Arjun Kapoor, friends,
Yeah.
and apparently, he has taken the boycott Bollywood force, very seriously, and you guys also very seriously. Jacqueline is quite a kiladi herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we are coming to that part. So anyway, let's move on to the next piece of news.
Yeah.
And since many of you are, wanting to know about this particular guy who thinks he owns, the full India. I mean, like by, threatening or, by questioning people who boycott Bollywood and boycott films, and so, in an interview, he was asking Arjun Kapoor was, having an interview, and he said that the boycott movement should have been taken, more seriously, and it's not, there should be something has to be done to counter this. So he is, openly stating that something has to be done. So what exactly is this? An open threat to people and public to not boycott future Bollywood films? Is that a message
Yeah.
from
So
Arjun
here,
Kapoor?
yeah. So one thing I'd like to tell you is that, see, first of all, Arjun Kapoor is a misfit in movies. The reason why I'll tell you is that because he doesn't know whether to be thin or fat. Half the time we find him fatter than all the heroines. Okay, many people call him thunder thighs, and also the fact that, see, he thinks that he's acted in some of the best movies. He cannot act for nuts. He's just another male Alia Bhatt. Okay, coming from a family who has cheated everybody, whether it's Boni Kapoor or Arjun Kapoor, Anil Kapoor. See, these people have had very close links with ISI. They've partied, with them, and they've also danced and entertained their guests, which means they are just cheap entertainers. Okay, and this lady has been, and the daughter Sonam has always been told to open her mouth and speak nonsense, for which she gets attention, and she thinks she is an intellectual. So this is a total family of misfits. And if this fellow, you will be shocked to hear that in this interview, the sister says, Sonam says, that her brothers have slept with all her friends. Now, I don't know whether to actually laugh at that or whether to wonder whether they are really a weird family. Okay. And though Arjun Kapoor tries to act shocked, he's even more weird. I mean, he's having an association with a woman who's old enough to be his mother. Now, all these things make you very, very weird, Arjun. See, first of all, in today's India, movies have become very, very, people have become discerning, and movies have become also very targeted. So, seeing just a few minutes of a movie, people decide whether to, change the channel, or the thing. So, don't think that even a few minutes of your boredom, will have takers. There's nobody going to watch you shaking your, whatever, So please understand that, see, even if you, decide whatever that you are going to take us on or take the public on, nothing is going to happen. Not even a leaf is going to shake, because your whole family has not been true to India. Every chance you get, you bash India. So let us take it the other way. Why don't you go to some school and learn some acting for a change, and then decide whether you want to be slim or you want to be fat. It's up to you. We don't mind. You can also be a fat clown, or you can be a thin this thing. But you certainly cannot come in movies where you can't act. So that's our two bit for you, Arjun.
So this is a very funny comment from Meera.
Yeah, yeah.
And stupid fellow Arjun Kapoor, can't they go to people's homes and force them to go watch a movie? Then, and this one from Priya, even without Boycott, Arjun Kapoor's movies are already flops. So he just wants to trend.
See, I'll tell you, if action for him means just staring at us, as if he's stoned, well, then he can act very well. Because this is being done by people like even Pappu. They stare at you, and they think that they're conveying things to you, but they look stoned. So that's very easy to act, which is exactly what Alia Bhatt does. If you take Alia Bhatt movie from Gangubai, from scene 1 to scene, the last scene, one expression, Of course, four-lettered words will flow, but the expression is the same. So each one is teaching. And if you ask him who is the best actress, Alia Bhatt. Now, if you keep up, if his model is Alia Bhatt, what do we expect from him? People will say something like Marlon Brando or Dilip Kumar, when you say who's your role model, and here he says Alia Bhatt. Can you imagine the IQ level of this guy?
So, this is funny. Arjun will take revenge from us. I am scared, save us, says White Butterfly. So, Arjun Kapoor will ask the government to drag each and every person here and, forcefully sit in a theater and watch his film. So that will be like the ultimate, brain damage for you guys.
Parul says, fun fact, she is a 11th fail. He can't be an office peon, if not for being a Nepo kid. Ma'am, was Rocketry movie a hit or a flop in the box office? No, we've not watched it, but we've heard good reports of it. So I believe it's good. It's done well. Gangubai was good only for one product, Alia's lipstick. It was all over her face more than her lips. Arjun Kapoor is 12th failed brat. How shameless you have to be to play a character of IIM student. Yes.
Yes.
They don't want to accept that Bollywood is finished, and nobody wants their anti-Hindu films. Exactly. They don't want to accept that Bollywood is completely finished. Some people are still watching Bollywood movies. Boycott the industry that allows money laundering and plays to show criminals as victims. and vice versa. India learned its lesson to not forget and forgive blunder making Bollywood celebrities. Good morning from your side. Yes, Devrishi. Always happy to see you. Very soon you can see Arjun running on the Pedder Road with a sword in his hand, shouting, "Come on, you boycott guys, come face me." If he did not have the family name legacy, would he even get a break in this industry? Absolutely not. Some people are still watching. Okay. Boycott the industry that allows money laundering and a place to show criminals as victims, and vice versa. Rockery was awesome. I did watch it only because of Nambi. It's a very touching story. Absolutely. Arjun says public is doing this because they have kept quiet and not said or done anything till now. Where were these people when SSR was killed? I didn't even one of them feel like opening their mouths. Well, Zoya, they were happy that a talented guy left the industry, and all the mediocres were left behind, so that now they can impress the people. Curiosity. Alleged one eye is a rule is a symbol of the Illuminati who worship Satan. This can't be pure coincidence that a lot of celebs cover one eye. Your views on Karthikeya Kumar covering the eye with a flag. Anuradha, there are a lot of people who belong to this. They say SRK is also a part of it. So, in every country in the world, there are these members of this group, and they work in very shady circumstances. And but whatever patterns we see in the death of people, surely it proves to be true that these people are all behind it. The director of Liger said it was Karan Johar who recommended Ananya's name. I mean, please, she needs major acting classes. Yes. Only Kabal's hardcore members like Anil, Boni, Mahesh Bhatt's kids show arrogance, thinking they have strong protectors. Hello all, why still no big arrest of this biggie? I think Bollywood would be accepted only if the true talents are introduced, like South films, and the cleanup is somewhat done. The recycled members should retire. Absolutely. Culinary Alia should name the brand as Fool. It suits her. Ma'am, you should invite Mukesh Khanna on your show. Okay, we'll try that. Ananya needs some acting class. That interview was hilarious, using words like decency, sharafat, not the adjectives that come to mind in this industry. There are endless reasons to boycott this Bollywood traitors industry operated by the mafias. Give one valid reason, says Shetty, to accept their movies. No way. Boycott means boycott. They should go bankrupt. Absolutely. Ma'am, what will Mahesh Bhatt, when will Mahesh Bhatt become Mahesh Booth?
He already looks like a booth.
Ma'am, if you don't let me don't know, let me inform you. Underworld is trying to seize South. Yes, I've seen that by recruiting new film directors from Film School of Bangalore, Hyderabad, whose
Yes,
newcomers
Naveen.
need. Here, Naveen, don't think that we don't know. See, for example, I was just watching this song of Ananya and what is that guy's name?
Vijay.
Yeah, Vijay. And you won't believe it. Actually, Vijay is a good actor. Here he's acting like Shah Rukh Khan and all these, Bollywood, trying to act, do Bhangra, which he's not good at, and posing with Ananya. So, Karan Johar or Gay Johar is out to destroy him. You are
Yeah, but
100%.
if you notice that he's Vijay is a very shrewd, I would say, businessman, because he knows how to, behave accordingly with the Bollywood mafia. So he knows how to please them, and at the same time not, threaten their beliefs
Yeah.
system. So he knows how to, behave with them, and as well as other South Indian film stars like these Pooja Hegde and Rashmika. So that's why they're landing up roles with the cabal, with the Bollywood cabal. I think Bollywood is using South stars, yes, to cover both bases and get some success at yes, Mira. Yes, Devanshi.
The underworld is slowly and steadily getting into South. That's very concerning. I wish this gutter would is cleaned completely from Mumbai and the new industry starts, like how Yogi Ji planned, when new, young, and fresh talent come and succeed. Absolutely. The best thing I like about Hollywood is that they don't promote nepotism. They're so cool and chilled out, unlike Bollywood. Sheer idiocy to think Bollywood can dictate terms to people. None is even faintly interested in the trash they churn out. I'm very annoyed about South people going to Bollywood because it's less things to watch on Netflix and Hotstar. If I watch Bollywood, I can enjoy it anymore. I get more annoyed watching these Alia Butts. Absolutely. My friends saying in Congo, UK, and Singapore too have stopped watching these movies and spreading the message among Indians living there. Well done, Shesh. Now, a lot of South actors are landing in Dubai for official and personal vacation. Why is it? Has rat
That
B
B
virus?
virus spread.
Yeah. They should
They
not
should not
underestimate the
underestimate.
power of, yeah, public. And what stands Bollywood will take against people who are boycotting them? They can't do anything. Please be hand. Don't think that they're so powerful. Happy to
Fine
see you,
informed.
Nirupama. Yeah.
Karthikeya too was troubled by Tollywood mafia. Only after it became a hit in Hindi, they started accepting in Telugu. Yes, Priya. Have you seen the video where Ranveer is teasing and insulting Vijay during
Yeah.
Liger? Yeah, yes,
That's right.
Shambhavi.
Very demeaning. Kejo invests on South Indian films, takes them in his films, and invites them to his shows. Please boycott Vijay, Rashmika, and other South stars. Okay, moving on to the next piece of news, Janet.
Yeah, so coming to the next piece of news, and with regards to Lal Singh Chadda again, and as you know that Amir Khan's film struggled to earn 50 crores in a total of 6 days, and it has become a very big flop. And thanks to the boycott Lal Singh Chadda movement, and Amir Khan is really in loss of words. And apparently, there was a cameo of SRK in that film also. So, I mean, the whole industry is shaken. And coming to more reactions, it is none other than, the serial queen, Ekta Kapoor herself. And she responded to the boycott against Lal Singh Chadda and even labeled him as a soft ambassador. And it is so. This is what she remarked. It is so strange that we are boycotting the very people who have given the best of business in the industry. All the Khans in the industry, and especially Amir Khan, are legends. We cannot boycott them. Amir Khan can never be boycotted. The soft ambassador Amir Khan cannot be boycotted. And so she is also voicing her support for the Khans, and most importantly Amir Khan. So
So
now,
let us tell everybody, Jaydev, that this lady is solely responsible for breaking the social fabric of Indian families through her serials. Her Saas Bhi Kabhi Bahu Thi has a very soft, a title, and we think, looking at the soft faces, that they're all going to spread, bonhami among families. They have done everything to break the fabric, poisoning people, killing people, backbiting, everything that's negative in any sense has been brought only by her. And to another thing that even irritates people is that each of her serials has been dubbed into different languages all over India. So even if I go to Kerala, I have to watch those stupid women wearing 10 tons of jewelry and makeup and hair done even when they're going to bed, and everybody conniving to poison everybody else. So without realizing it, people have started thinking that killing each other is a joke. It can be done by anybody. You just hire a goon and you kill that person. So they have made violence, everything, rape and all, very easy. And when this was not enough for her, she started, anyway, her brother was useless. I mean, he had absolutely no roles and very funny looking guy. And so what she did was she gave him Alt Balaji to manage. Now, what is Alt Balaji? They realized that there is a gap in the among people where youngsters would like to see, semi-porno movies. So she started. The first thing she did was she brought in Sunny Leone, and Sunny Leone started acting in the movies, and that started the sex trend because everybody was having a kick, thinking that a porno star, in the West, had become the item girl in Hindi movies. So the first thing that Tushar Kapoor did was he begged Ekta Kapoor, please let me act with her, you know, knowing very well that being a porn actress, he would get absolute attention. That's how stupid he is. Then what they did is they started churning out movies like series like Gandhi Bath, where they used to catch all these very poor women, from poor backgrounds, make them sign contracts, nudity clauses, and tell them that, see, you act, and they couldn't get out of it because they had already signed it. And they were in the grip of that money thing. So they were living in very bad, circumstances. In fact, some women used to say the flats that they lived in was terrible. So Ekta Kapoor has the ability to exploit people to get what she wants. And even I believe, see, and this is what I believe. It couldn't be everybody's thought, but I think it's very valid. What I think that in a sense, Pawn Kundra was also targeted by this very lady because they brought out the same genre of movies. Otherwise, why would Pawn Kundra be caught and not, Alt Balaji, which comes under Ekta Kapoor? Ekta Kapoor is always protected because of certain connections. And because of certain connections, she got the Padma Shri. For what? God alone knows. Because she is only known to have spoiled serials for families. She is known to have brought in sex, violence, and the mafia hero who represents Dawood in most of her films. So what are we looking at? We're looking at degeneration of Hindi films under the hands of this Zarina, as they call her. Zarina, the PR and the media keep on praising her because I'm sure she must be giving money to these people, So it's just it's so we don't even want to hear her opinion about what Amir Khan is facing or doing because we ourselves feel she's even lower than Amir Khan. Yeah.
Yeah. So there are a lot of comments pouring in, and
Oh my gosh, that Ekta, what's the one before?
yeah, there's one comment.
Very interesting ones.
Yeah, there's so many comments.
Yeah, let's take
Pouring in.
Mira's. Ekta starlets end up in the flesh trade. She stops giving work. Exactly. By then, they have taken loans to buy homes and cars. Then they have no choice but to make money this way to survive. Here, Mira, I would like to make a very, very well commented by you. I would like to make another comment here. There, Smriti Irani made a video to thank Ekta Kapoor, saying that, without Ekta Kapoor, these people would not have dreamed of having a car or a house. So it is to them that they are indebted. So which means all these people will give their lives for Ekta Kapoor. Big shock. She's not married, but makes married people live shows. Yes, married couple live shows. Ekta's father was accused by cousin of his for raping her. Strange. Shameless woman. How can she look Jitendra in the eye? She's ugly and disgusting. Bullies and mafia gangs. She was given Padma Shri. And what was her contribution apart from spreading
Yes.
nudity? Well said, Nitin. If one person had fronted boycott Bollywood, they would have threatened him or her or even killed. But since the entire Indian populace is doing it, they are perplexed as so well said, Karthik. Brilliant. Pawn Kundra and Sexta must have had discrepancy in their work, so secured the powers in her hands to teach him a lesson and put him in place, I assume. She looks very evil. Let Bollywood remain in La La Land with mutual admirers. Ekta is not Devta, that patriot and Desh Vasis to follow her words as Bhagavad Gita. Smriti Irani is in cahoots with Ekta Kapoor and the group. Jitendra's cousin Nitin commits suicide by jumping. It's quite weird. Yes, Ekta is godmother to TV industry. Welcome, Sharmila. Ma'am and Jay, how to stop these underworld to exploit our film universities and schools? They're throwing money to buy film school facilities, including deans of the schools, and recruit new artists from. Okay, so this is another thing that they've started. I reckon that BJP leader should be sacked first. She's helloing these vultures, especially that Ekta Kapoor. Yeah, Jadev, can you take it?
Ekta is showing women in a bad manner as if women have only worked to snatch others' ladies' hobbies and gossip and plotting. Yes, Jiva. Most of them want to be in Ekta's good books for future games. Yes, Gloria. Especially Kangana. You're on mute.
When will CBI come out with their findings? Ekta brought regressive stories, polygamy, infidelity through shows, bad impact on society. She is Ekta Kapoor. PK should have been boycotted then. Absolutely. Nowadays, Snake's era is like I'm watching half nudity and sexual more than Nagin. Here, I would like to mention Ojasvi, the shot where you have Vipasha Basu with a husband, posing almost semi-nude and him holding a stomach or wherever, and posing for a photo shoot. Now, here I would like to remind people that this is the same lady who had a very, very naughty conversation with the dead Amar Singh, and he said something so vulgar and she laughed. So, whatever these rumors are about actresses being made available for politicians seem to come true at that moment. So, there is a very, very clear nexus between these people. They experiment, and then finally think they have landed up married and they are all very, what do you call it, Sati Savitri. And then they want to show that because of this surrogacy, that they are actually having the child. And so they show their stomachs. There's always a very, very sacred way of showing that you are pregnant. This doesn't happen in India. So if you want to imitate Rihanna, first of all, the fact is that you have no movies. People will ask, who is this? So please try to get off your high horse, and start doing things that are of value to society. Welcome, Ian. Arjun Kapoor told in one interview recently that he would raise his voice against,
Yes.
Kundra has been rapped on his knuckles, warned and let off. I had doubts the Peaceful should have made LSE a big success. 30 crore population, which means they themselves didn't watch the movie. After Arjun, even Anil Kapoor has come out in criticism of boycotting Bollywood films. Kundra must have paid his hafta to cops to get out. Arjun Kapoor can't start his own movement. Boycott.
Can start his own movement.
Boycott audience will happily say yes. We can say, neki or pooch. Vidya, I'm sure this is just a fake. This is just their acting. Soon, suddenly, she'll disappear to some European country and come back with a baby. Oh, wow, she just had a baby. So that sort of drama. Breaking unity among females in the disguise of feminism. Ekta, yes. There was a video circulating last year, I think, of KJ's home where all the cabal was sitting and was high. Does anyone have it? I think it's still available on YouTube. Welcome, Shreyasta.
Hi, Shreyasta.
Surrogacy is another thing which should be probed. Vipas's Basu's husband, don't know his name, looks stoned. Welcome, Rinki.
Welcome, Rinki.
I personally feel they found out that their Bollywood is finished. 200% sure these entire Kapoor family will move to UK because their Pakistani families are living there. Well said. Zara, many crimes get inspired by Ekta Kapoor serials. Is that why she got Padma Shri for introducing crimes in the country? Absolutely. Absolutely. Next, Kundra should be taken into questioning along with Jacqueline. Canadian Kumar says, by boycotting Karachi wood, it's impacting our economy. Is he still living in that Hera-Fairy era? What about the Hera-Fairy his industry does? What unethical businesses they run? Okay, moving on to the next piece of news.
Yeah. So coming to the next piece of news, and it's with regards to the Karthikeya 2 film. It's a Telugu film, and it is doing very well, in fact. And uh, Karthikeya film, the fantasy adventure film starring Nikhil Siddhartha is actually giving, Akshay Kumar and Amir Khan's films a run for their money. And as per a trade analyst, the movie has witnessed a 300% jump in terms of monetary collection, and with shows being reduced for the other two films, it is expected that Karthikeya 2 will start replacing them in terms of the number of screens as well. The movie was made on a budget of just 30 crore rupees, and it's a sequel to the 2014 hit Karthikeya, and follows Karthikeya's journey to find the truth, leading him to find out the power of the ancient Indian belief system and the Tatya of Lord Sri Krishna. And the film has created a lot of buzz in the north, and a lot of people are asking Bollywood films to learn from this film in terms of religious storytelling and not diverting from religious sentiments. Anupam Kher has made an effective cameo in this film, and his presence has added value to this film, says a lot of people. And apparently, Vivek Agnihotri is also impressed with the director Chandu's vision. So apparently, Karthikeya 2 is become a hit, and rightfully so. That it is showing the values of Hindu culture, tradition, and also of Bhagwan Sri Krishna.
Yeah,
So now our audience is really intelligent to choose what kind of film they watch in the theaters.
yeah, absolutely.
So Karthik says the film is loosely based on the Krishna Key by Ashwin Sanghi, an amazing book. I'm excited to watch it myself. Karthik watching Karthik. Yes, Karthik. Ma'am, Alia and Ranbir, yeah, marriage is also fake. It was PR. If you remember, they took 4 or 5 uh,
Pere. And I'm sure
and
divorce or separation is about to come.
yeah, I mean, it's all contractual, business contracts in Bollywood. Like marriages are just like that. Uh, the son of MM Kiravani gave good BGM to Karthikeya 2 film. The hero of the Karthikeya 2 film is Lord Krishna. Yeah, he's driving it. Thank you. Yes,
So if you think of M.M. Kiravani, it is Cream. He's also known as Cream. He's a very good music director.
This movie was delayed, and Dil Raju, Telugu industry big producer, close knit of Chiranjeevi, tried to stop its screening. Now, this movie hero is the target of getting blacklisted like Uday Kiran, says Ojasvi. Yes, we'll have to wait and see if this hero and the producers and directors are all blacklisted in the Telugu film industry. So we'll have to watch out for that. Telugu Cabal tried to stop the film's release, hence, be rest assured Karthikeya 2 is an independent film. And all the more reason why people should go to theaters and watch their film. So, coming to the next, yeah. The son
I think
of,
we've already
yes,
taken
we are
that.
taking that.
Taken that.
It's a lesson to everyone that movies can be nice without insulting someone or be condescending, says Moonchild. Yes, Bollywood is eating our country like termites. We should boycott them. They are spoiling our youngsters like drugs, living relationships, etc. Yes. Did you see PK film? Amir entered the temple, made fun of Hindu temple. He entered inside the church. He has taken coconut into church, but didn't enter into masjid with bear in his hands. Yes, stylish boy. We didn't, see the film. Hi, Radhika.
Hello to my favorite hosts, Meenaji and Jayandeep. Welcome.
Thanks.
It's a lesson to everyone that movies can be nice without insulting anybody. Yes. Boycott Pathan. Yes. The mafia who are running this Bollywood have realized that it ain't easy now to mint money from Bollywood. So they've started new T20 leagues to cover up for the loss. It's the same gang. There's an infinite source of storylines in our Puranas itself. If people get tapped into
Yes,
them, they'll
Karthik.
have no dearth of stories.
And each and every Purana story should be made into a film. We should research thoroughly before watching anything these days. Yes, Shambhavi, anything which goes into OTT, other regional cinemas. Yeah, because Bollywood people are investing in other avenues. Yes, they are investing in a lot of other businesses, like many people pointed, like maybe colleges, IT companies, and of course, new IPL teams. So these they are looking at other sources of revenue because no one is watching their films, and box office revenue is not abysmal. So at the moment, so people have done a great job in boycotting Bollywood left and right, and especially when you have two major Bollywood stars like Akshay and Amir, and their films have done so badly, means that the public has really woken up in India.
Uday
Uday
Kiran was
Kiran,
the same, like SSR, who got blacklisted by Chiranjeevi because he cancelled his engagement with his daughter, which led to his suicide.
Alia holding on to Ranveer's hand as a folded double claw. Who's interested in Ranveer, dear Alia? You can have him for yourself. Neetu Kapoor also looks fake. Yes, Himani. So, if these Bollywood kings want to do something for PR, they should invest 300 crore each month to IITs and ITs for research and development. It will help our country in terms of innovation. But Naveen, do you think that they have the India's best interest in mind at the moment? I don't think so. Madam Anurag Tapsi is saying these names are enough to stop audiences to even thinking of watching their movie. They are saying boycott us. What a joke! Yes, they're going to boycott us. Heard that Ekta has a weird lifestyle to wakes up at noon and takes her dogs and bodyguards for a walking spree. This was told by her neighbor. Okay, Sunita. So is it like that she's some sort of vampire? Modi ji is doing Gandhi Mukt Bharat. We are
Gandhi
doing
Mukti.
Gandhi, yeah.
No, Gandhi
Uh,
Mukti, I think.
Gandhi, yeah. So Karthik is alluding to the fact that Clean India
Yeah.
movement
Here,
and
I would like to, take this piece of news, Jaydev, what Amit Shah has said, that Rohingyas are illegal foreigners to be deported. No EWS flats for them. Home Ministry clarifies after, let's just show the picture as well. Yeah. So basically, the MHA asserted that the claims of shifting Rohingyas to EWS flats and giving them refugee cards are not true. It made clear that the Rohingyas are illegal foreigners, illegally staying in India, and they will be deported, not be given refugee status. So the Ministry of Home Affairs has very clearly said that they are illegal immigrants, migrants, and Government of Delhi proposed to shift the Rohingyas to a new location. So I believe there's a lot of rumors about them saying that they've accepted them. So it's totally wrong, is what the HMO has tweeted. So this is mischief being created by some sections of society. Yeah, back to you, Jerry.
yeah. Now coming to boycott Bollywood again, and this time certain trade analysts have analyzed why Bollywood films are flopping left and right. And Taran Adarsh, he's a film trade analyst. He feels the boycott calls have impacted the performance of Amir Khan's film. Stop being in denial about boycott calls not affecting film business. The fact is these boycott calls have made a dent and impacted the box office numbers. Kamal Gyan Chandani, he is the president of Multiplex Association of India, said the whole negativity on social media, although uncalled for, doesn't have a larger impact on film business or a film's performance. If a film is good, then positive reviews, word of mouth, or people praising the film on public platforms are helpful and it will make the film bigger. But seldom you will find the public trashing of actors or films on social media have a negative impact on the films, says Kamal, who's the Multiplex Association of India. He's the president. So, I mean, that's a quite a stupid statement in my opinion. That you know that negative sort of impact or negative comments by people on public platforms affect does not affect the film's performance. Now, Sangeet Hemant Kumar, an entrepreneur with interest in real estate and Bollywood, said that with the power of social media and its penetration is so wide that any negative propaganda of this scale will have an impact on the movie business. So, a lot of mixed reactions from these so-called trade analysts and experts saying, dissecting what's the reason for failure of these Bollywood films, and they do not know that it's because people have seen through uh, the lies of Bollywood and through the double standards of Bollywood, and that people have finally woken up. So from the past decade, Bollywood is remaking South films. All Akshay Kumar and Ajay Devgan films are remakes. Says yes, they do not have any original scripts. They are copying, Hollywood films. They are copying South Indian films. So they do not have anything of their own. Why doesn't India pull off the same stunt like US did on Zawahari and eliminate Dawood? It's a very good question, Ganesh.
They say,
And
Ganesh, that he's already dead, and somebody else is managing in his stead. So we don't know the truth. Kangana betrayed us. She used SSRIs to get more publicity. At the end, they're all the same. Absolutely. From the past decade, Bollywood remaking South movies. All Akshay Kumar and Ajay Devgan films are remakes of South films. Welcome,
Hi,
Joshi.
Joshi.
From the okay, so this is
Yeah.
Sai. I think he's just repeating. More matter for darling Anupama Chopra to write on flops of her fraternity. So go on, make videos to reason out the failures of your wine and dine friends. Come on. They are calling us trolls and mocking us because we boycotted their
Yes.
films. This anti-Hindu moron is going to play Shiva in Brahmastra. Hypocrisy ki bhi seema hoti hai. Here, I would
Yep.
like to tell you biased truth that if you just watch any of these videos where this couple are there, Ranveer and Alia, you'll find out that Alia controls him in the small little finger of hers, and she tells if she tells him to bend, he will bend. She will just she pulled out some wool from her dress, and then what he did was he took it from her hand and put it in his pocket. So I think she has done some jadoo on him, kala jadoo on him. So he does exactly what she wants, and this is the state of their marriage.
Yeah, so Karthik, I do remember that question about finishing out. So number one is like we do not know even if he's alive, and that's point number one. And Modi believes in not taking any action and waiting for the enemy to implode. So he is waiting for the enemy to make a mistake. So and that happens in many situations, like what happened in Maharashtra, right? So he knows that Pakistan will implode, soon because the economy is in shambles and even the political situation is highly unstable between Imran Khan and the Prime Minister Sharif.
Melish
So
says, why is nobody mentioning Randeep Hooda? Now, here I'd like to tell you, Melish, that Randeep Hooda is one of the best actors that India has. And he's in some of the roles he has excelled, wherein he gets into the skin of the character. So I believe that he's not being given roles because he is good. He has the same sort of capacity like SSR, to get into the skin of the character. So these such actors are kept away, and their moves are sabotaged mainly because they need people like Arjun Kapoor or Alia Bhatt who can't act for nuts. Oh, so Alia, like Megan Barkle control. Yes, absolutely same. And you can say so many people like them. Akshan Akansha Pillai.
Akansha Pillai.
Yeah, I love the way how Meena ma'am and sir read all our comments and express their views on it. I really appreciate your efforts.
Thank you.
What happens, Akansha, is that, see, when we put something across, you come out with even more brilliant comments. So each makes for not only interesting reading, but also a lot of humor. So thank you for that.
I mean, we have to read between the lines of a news. It's not
Yeah.
just reading the news. So that's why we, take your comments. We understand what is in between the lines of an article. So, and
Yeah.
that's how we analyze the news, and
Yeah.
we discuss it live with you. Let's
So
celebrate this Krishna
Krishnashtami,
Janmashtami.
Janmashtami with Lord Krishna, Karthikeya 2 in cinemas. Indian young generation needs to retain our culture, learn from it to lead. Prince, this is the right thing, what you say, that we should celebrate our culture. But what movies people should see, that is totally left to them. So if this movie is good, it will get takers. So don't worry. So don't try to push a movie on a public. It will, just like what happened to Kashmir Files. People, it's word of mouth. It will go very fast and people will start watching it. Meanwhile, in the case of Eknath Shinde refused the claim of BJP going back on the 2019 promise. Speaking late Saturday night after a function in Thane, Shinde also said he will soon visit Ayodhya in UP. Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde has said Union Minister Amit Shah told him that if he had given a word to Shiv Sena President Uddhav Thackeray of making a party leader as the CM in 2019, they would. Why would they go back on it? Speaking at the function, he said that he will soon visit Ayodhya. He also said that the state cabinet would be expanded further. Bollywood must make good movies on our Hindu gods. Khans always criticize Hindu gods in their movies. Yes, Randeep Hooda had stayed hungry for days for the filming of Sarbjeet. He stole the thunder from Aishwarya in that movie. He's a lion. He gets into the skin of the role. Himani, there was a movie, I think, which was copied from a Turkish movie where he is a fighter. I think he's a boxer, and he falls in love with a blind girl. And even in that movie, you don't look at the heroine. It is Huda that we look at because he acts, even though it's a copy of another movie, he acts so well in that. And as you rightly said, he deserves all the accolades. I even feel Diana was finished by the cabal, and that's why Meghan and the prince escaped to Canada. Arjun Kapoor's case is classic case of a guy carrying forward a family tradition without possessing the required talents. Absolutely.
Yeah, see, Namrata, I would like to take Namrata's comment. And he has the guts to question the public. I mean, he has the guts to sort of indirectly threaten the public as to how dare you boycott Bollywood?
No, that
Who
is
is he?
the IQ level. It's the
Who
same
is
thing
he?
like yeah, of Alia Bhatt. You'll see in interviews, her IQ is very low. Ma'am, I've created one more account just to connect with you. I don't understand why you blocked me. I've always agreed with you and followed you since inception. Just I don't talk, but listen. Veena, one thing I'd like to tell you very clearly is that whether you agree with me or not, I put your comments. So I don't know why I would have blocked you unless you would have said something which is, which would have insulted us or something. So I don't understand where, because there are a lot of people here who disagree with us and also who agree with us. Both viewpoints are put. But when you are insulting to the host, at that time, we take the liberty of blocking you. The Boni family are a bunch of parasites, nothing else.
Yes.
I think they have already insulted Hinduism by casting that Ranbir and Alia. Absolutely. I believe good earners should take responsibility of countries such as investing in IITs and IITs aims. Don't you think our rich people should learn from USA and Europe how they contribute? Yes, well said. I agree with the comment, Namrata. Arjun Kapoor should open acting institute. Ma'am, I feel that Ayushman has joined the Kejo gang. He doesn't feel real anymore. These Bollywood
Yes.
actors act like an entitled lot, and the
Exactly.
press which follows their stupid little inane stories proper. In his interview, Arjun said, till that we didn't want to make our hands dirty, but now it's time. Dirty means what? Uh, we are dirty. Rinky, see, you can't imagine how it has hit them below the belt, this boycott Bollywood. So they are crying in different ways. So it is only like Amir Khan has gone insane. Akshay Kumar wants to fly out. See those. There are only degrees of how much they are hurt. So this guy is on a, I think in somewhere in the middle. Stress amongst political parties: AAP, TMC, MVA, Congress, boycott Bollywood, Rohingyas, Pakistan, and China. Instability. Golden era for India for sure. Thank you, Modi ji. Absolutely. Yeah, Jiten?
Yeah, Kashmir Files and Karthikeya has the initials K with same producers. Coincident. Good content, same love from audience. Yeah, that's quite an interesting point to note that the initials are the same and they both became a success. They celebrated SSR failure. Now it's our turn, says Joshi. Yes. Okay, Veena. So maybe it's some technical glitch or something, or something.
Welcome. If you've not done it, don't worry.
Yeah.
Chill and enjoy the space with us.
Not just Khans, Kumar has fooled the Hindu audience even more. Nationalism is just money-making scheme for him. Yes, we should celebrate. Yeah, Asha, ma'am, was that movie Do Lafso Ki Kahani
Yes,
of?
yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, um, excellent movie. Concept is fantastic, says Sunil. We should support athletes in traditional theatre. Watch. Yes, you should support athletes. You should support your friends in their business ventures. I must say, and you should also support poor people also. Arjun somewhere said that as of now he's not planning to get married, but he wants to have a stable career. I wonder in which century he will find that stability. Says Smriti.
Even I don't think he'll ever get it.
Why even watch them in the first place? They are also going foreign reaction channels for promoting their films. They know huge amounts of Indians are their subscribers, so yeah, they're using every rule in the
Means
book, Naveen. Especially not only YouTube, pro YouTube Bollywood channels, they're using to promote their films, but as well as Instagram influencers, who produce reels, like a 5 second reel, YouTube Shorts videos. So a lot of young women, exposing their body or doing a Bollywood item number, and that's how they are promoting their films as well. So we need to boycott Hrithik Roshan too. He is part of the cabal, Nepo Kid, and Aryan Khan. Yes, the audience will now boycott all the films. I'm confident, and especially with upcoming films like Patan, Vikram Veda, and so on.
so. I think with this comment, we'll close the session, Jaideep. So thank you, friends, for coming and watching our program and giving us, very healthy feedback, which makes us do much better. And just one or two points before we go. Arjun was behind the mask all this while because he didn't want to reveal his relationship with Auntie. But now he walks around without mask. He has given the mask to Auntie as she barely has clothes on. That's Sarah. Boycott.
Yeah, Zara. So Arjun Kapoor wants to forcefully, tell you that you should go to a theater and watch his film, even though you don't like it. Today heard a news of Rohingyas getting settled in Delhi. Yes, Mr. Kejriwal is
Yeah,
surviving
and
process.
already Amit Shah has spoken against it. So we've
Yes.
already mentioned that, Meena. I will watch Karthikeyan too. Bollywood is only hurt as they all want to make money. Their cash flow is affected. They don't care about the audience or have morals and values like the rest of us. Absolutely, Madonna. My last comment: Bahubali, Lord Shiva, RRR, Sri Rama, Kartikeya, Lord Sri Krishna. Thank you for reading comments. Love from Telugu. Yes, if the movie is good, it's certainly going to do well, and make us all proud. I would love to see the Khans go into severe depression. SRK is so worried about Lal Singh Chadda going flop. What
What
dirty?
dirty
Who's dirty?
movie? They're begging
They're
us to
begging
watch.
us to watch.
We didn't
Yeah,
beg for anything we are earning. Yes, it's your hard-earned money at the end of the day, Joshi, and you should spend your hard-earned money in things which benefit you, right, and your country. Ma'am, you should have seen the reel in which Shehnaz Gill is given a flag on Independence Day by her fans. She waves it like some joke, giggling and arranging her straightened hair. Beauty
So
parlor.
here, Himani, I would also like to say, did you see the way Shah Rukh Khan's son was standing in front of the flag with one leg pranced out, and hands in pocket? There was no sense of patriotism in either one of them, or the child, or Shah Rukh, or his wife. They were just standing there telling you very clearly, okay, we have done our duty, please watch Pathan. That was the message that they gave. So if they do not have pride in the flag, what are these people talking about? Are these people ever going to do anything for India? Never. Arjun Kapoor feels he's dating a Hollywood actress, but in reality, he's dating a duck walkant. Arjun Kapoor, the flop actor, once slapped a Radio Mirchi RJ for something very silly. So he's just a thug. Absolutely. Nisha. So on that note, we'll say good night to all our friends, and we'll see you tomorrow. Wishing all of you good night, Jeff from Jaydev and me. Good night.
Good night.